Yo, what's good, YouTube? It's your boy Jade, and welcome to my channel. In today's video, we're gonna talk about why women making no goddamn logical sense at all is such a benefit for you, okay? Because in the beginning stage, okay, you talk to a girl, okay, the logical steps are in order, everything seems to be going great in a logical way, okay, you're like, this happened, and then that happened, okay, this makes sense, that makes sense, and then all of a sudden she flakes you. All of a sudden she ghosts you. All of a sudden she doesn't show up to a date. All of a sudden what you thought was great going in your favor all of a sudden turned into something weird. Okay, you talk to a girl, maybe you're kissing her, you're having a great time. Everything makes logical sense. You feel confident, competent, everything's going great. You go back, you go to the bathroom in the bar in the club. Okay, let's say you met a girl there, you're kissing her, you go back to the bar to the bathroom, and all of a sudden you come back, she's making out with another guy, she's dancing with another guy. It just doesn't make sense. Okay, it frustrates you. I found myself, many times in my life getting frustrated over women's behavior, whether I was in a relationship or out of a relationship or just, out and about in town. And I'm like, this doesn't make sense. One plus one is two, two plus two is four, four plus four is eight. Okay, but her behavior is like one plus 38 or something, and that's just turns out to be negative two. You know what I mean? Like, it just doesn't make sense. And so I want to talk to you today why that is such a blessing. And so, for example, if you're in the talking stage, okay, and what's the talking stage? You're just talking to a girl. You walk up to her in the bar, you're talking to her, you're texting her. That's you in the talking stage. You're on the first date, you haven't kissed yet, you're in the talking stage, okay? Before you get physically intimate with a girl and she's like committing herself emotionally to you, you're in the talking stage. And so, when you're in the talking stage, okay, what happens is women will just do what they feel. If they feel to be with another guy, they're gonna do that. If they feel to be with you, they're gonna do that. If they want to hook up the first night, they're gonna do that. If they want to make you wait, they're gonna do that. And so they just do what they feel, okay? And so sometimes it's in your favor, other times it's not in your favor, okay? And here's where all the frustration occurs. But why women being so emotional and making emotional decision is such a great thing for you is when you pass the talking stage, okay, when a woman has when a woman has attachment for you, so you've been fucking for a couple months, you've been hanging out for some while, and she's attached to you. Now emotionally she rationalizes, uh she keeps rationalizing emotionally why she should be with you. And so here, if you make mistakes, like let's say you cheated or you did something weird with her friend, like you hooked up with her friend, or like different things, you made mistakes, you made human errors and all this kind of stuff. Things can happen, okay? You start to get inconsistent, or she sees you with other girls, whatever. She'll still rationalize emotionally why she should be with you. That's why women sometimes, for example, are with terrible men, because they can't see the terrible behavior. It's just their attachment reaffirming their initial like for this guy. Okay, their emotions are flowing to this guy. Does it make sense? But in the beginning, when you're in the talking stage, now she doesn't have any emotional commitment to you, emotional attachment to you. She's just gonna do what she feels. Maybe she feels like she wants to get drunk tonight, meet another guy. Maybe she made out with you and she's like, I'm done with that guy. Now she makes out with another guy in the bar, whatever. Of course, it's frustrating. Of course. And so what you gotta do what you gotta do is you gotta play the field. So you're in the talking stage. For me, I look at the talking stage as everything before we start having sex. Okay, so you gotta be in the talking stage with a lot of different girls. You gotta play the field. Okay, so you're in the talking stage with like, okay, 10, 20 different chicks. Okay, Now, five of them get boyfriends, four of them fall off, three of them do this, whatever, and then ultimately you get to smash like seven, okay? So you pass the talking stage with these seven, okay? And now, over the course of the next few weeks, months, you keep processing these seven chicks that you smashed, okay? Some of them turn into your girlfriends if you're gonna have multiple girlfriends. Maybe you're just gonna be casual, you're gonna have some rotation, okay? Maybe four different girls, five different girls, or maybe you're just gonna commit to one girl. I did that once in my life when I was like 22. Okay, so I think every man is gonna have that experience at some point or another. Not something I'm interested in doing now, and it's not something I've been interested in doing in many years. I'm 30 years old now. So regardless of what choice you make, on the other side, you're gonna have a woman or some women attached to you, or having their emotions flowing towards you and reaffirming how much they like you and wanting to spend time around you, etc., etc., etc. So women not making any goddamn logical sense up front in the beginning, that can be frustrating. Okay, and the way you overcome the frustration is by playing the field. You only really become like, even me, like, okay, let's say I'm seeing multiple girls. Still, if a new girl that I just met did something weird or ghosted or flaked, I'm frustrated. But the frustration is like 20 minutes max. You know what I mean? Like, whereas back in the day when I had no girls, I'd be frustrated a whole day or a day and a half. You make sense, right? So I think you never, no matter, like, I've had full blown girlfriends, which I love, okay? And then I'm out meeting a new girl and she, made out with another guy, whatever. Like, and it bothered me, but the it still bothered me, even though I wasn't in love with the new chick, okay? Even though I just didn't even give a fuck about her, okay? It's kind of like you feel disrespected. That will never go away. Never, never. You can have 100 chick harem. Okay, I haven't had that, but you can have 100 chick. I probably think, because it's like basic disrespect. It's like some guy walking on the street, uh, you know, kicking your foot, looking at you and say, "What you gonna do?" It's disrespect, you know. Of course, that's gonna bother you. You know what I'm saying? There's no universe where you're gonna be like, "Oh, you know, I'm Jesus, I'm turning the other cheek." Of course, you be, "Nigga, what the fuck you doing?" You know, or you gotta at least be mad about it. You know what I mean? And so, but what happens is it called the refraction period? I don't know. You guys got to Google that word. I have to Google it as well. But the amount of time that you are mad, pissed off, or frustrated, or have some kind of chemical emotional reaction, it's much lower. Okay. Sometimes I'm mad about something only for 10 minutes. Okay. Some frustrating a girl did, and then I'm like, you know what? That's some bullshit. And then I go talk to another girl, and it's gone. But is, and other times too, it might be even as far as a minute or two. You know what I mean? But you gotta have maybe some kind of emotional reaction. Okay, so that's the point. And so you play the field. Okay, the more you play the field, the more options you have, the less frustrated you get. The amount of frustration, it gets less and less and less. Okay, and so that's that. And then after that, women sometimes will be uh together with you, and it won't even make sense to you. You're like, man, this I've been on some bullshit for the last month, okay? And she's still together with me. That doesn't even make logical sense. It's because now you're backed by the emotions. Does that make sense? Okay, so you want to get to a point where you're backed by the emotions, okay? You want to be the shareholder of the company, and all the you want to be, sorry, not the shareholder, you want to be the company that all the shareholders trust. Okay, so they're not just bought your shares, but they're like all in. They're like, yeah, this is the company. Okay, so by playing the field, by meeting multiple girls, by spreading yourself out and dating different girls and being in different situations, okay, you sort of get relief from the bullshit, because you just get less and less frustrated. It's not like bullshit won't happen. Okay, statistically, more bullshit is actually going to happen, because the more women you see, the more women you're exposed to, and the more times you're going to be in bullshit. So you're even going to be in more bullshit, you're just going to care less. Okay, and after that, women are gonna over time, you know, the better you get at sex, the more interesting you become, the better you dress, the more intellect, wit, charm, humor, everything. The more you raise your quality as a man, physically, mentally, spiritually, and it takes years. The more women are gonna get attached to you, and then they're gonna backwards rationalize some of your bad behavior. Maybe not all of it. Sometimes all of it, but you know what I mean? Like they're gonna rationalize much of your bad behavior, um, and you're gonna get into some situations where you're like, I can't believe this chick is still with me. You know what I mean? Like, so now you're on the good side. You're like, holy shit, like she's wow, she's holding it down. It's because she's attached to you. Women grow attachment to men they like and whom they spend a long period of time with. Long period of time can be a month, it can be 2 months, it can be 3 months. I mean, in the long, it's not that long, but in a dating sense, it's not a week. It's a couple months. Usually for me, I'll grow an attachment, or sorry, a woman will grow an attachment to me, like 2 months, 2 months, 2 months. Sometimes it's quicker than that, man. Sometimes like a month, okay? Sometimes 3 weeks, and then I'm surprised. But usually it's around 2 months, 2 months of consistently meeting me on a week-to-week basis, having sex, eating, talking, walking, hanging out, watching movies back in my place, simple stuff. Uh, she's going to have an attachment. She's going to start to be less interested in other men. And it's going to be the same for you if you get your game up and if you play the field. And meeting women is a skill. And so the better you get at it, the more choice you have, the better it is for you. The more options you have, the more women you can choose, the more women are going to get attached to you. And so that's all I wanted to say in this video today. If you want to learn how to date multiple women, how to play the field in a very, very good way, I do have some very nice strategies. And if you want to get mentored by me personally, okay, check out the link below. It's a link to my Instagram. Send me a DM and we continue to talk. Now, if you just wanted to watch the video and you liked the video, like the goddamn video, comment down below. Okay, subscribe, and I see y'all in that next one. Peace.